Everything's fine. I got this under control.
I'm not going down for this.
Your favorite collegiate client might be mixed up in another murder.
Cha-ching.
You sure no one would be looking in your direction for this?
Nobody.
Now you know what happens if you're lying, right?
I do.
Hey, Method Man, how you doing?
I'm good. This is a shot. Come here for a second. Come here.
Look, she does
Stay here.
favor us.
You can see it, right?
Her brows,
Right?
skin, but yeah,
Bang.
she does.
You glowing. Okay, back. Let's get to business now. Let's go.
Thank you, thanks.
You look like my little sister though, Shanti. So let's just go.
I get that all the time, and it's a great compliment. Thank you.
Right.
So congratulations on Ghost Season 2.
Thank you.
There's been such an enormous response to the Power universe. So how does it feel to return to Ghost Season 2?
It feels like someone's coming through my wall. No, it feels great. I mean, we're blessed to even get a season 2. I attribute that to, great writing, the actors showing up and not just showing up, but showing up with their performances. And our audience, man, we have a very loyal fan base that keeps us afloat. And I take my hat off to them.
So last season was pretty much Davis McLean versus Cooper Saxe. And in this season, they're working together and they're both pretty untrustworthy. So how will that relationship play out?
I think Davis is trustworthy. You can trust Davis to be who he is at the end of the day, no filters whatsoever. The Cooper Saxe Davis relationship is complicated at best, but Davis is very calculated. And there's a reason why in the season finale, he hired Cooper Saxe. Who better to have on your team than a former U.S. attorney who knows the federal court system like he does. And not only that, he's good, So I think the audience is going to enjoy that whole, relationship right there and what comes out of it without giving away too much.
And in this season, we were introduced to Davis's older brother, Theo Rollins, played by Redman.
Yeah.
So what can fans expect from the brothers on the show?
Well, the thing I love is that, season 1, they explored Davis's background. It was just a little tinge. And Courtney being the genius that she is, it was a throwaway line in the first season where I'm talking to Tasha and I'm like, I never asked anybody to lie before, even my brother. Whatever. And Courtney caught on to that. And I remember when we were still filming the last few episodes of the season, she was like, how would you feel if I brought Redman in as your brother? I'm like, say no more. Yeah, do it. Let's go. And it came to fruition. And I think that people will see a side of Davis that they haven't seen already. I mean, they know that he's a lawyer. He's kind of very ambitious, but they haven't seen the side of him where he's dealing with his blood, his family, that nurturing side, that caring side. And it wasn't a big stretch for me, honestly, because, I love Redman in real life, but I think it gives way more layers to the character, and I applaud the writers for doing it.
What's it been like working with Redman on the show? You guys have done How High and Method and Red, so how's that dynamic been?
It's just clockwork for us. I mean, I had done, the last time we had worked together on film was the Jay and Silent Bob movie, and Kevin Smith can attest to this. Our first take, flawless. I think he kept our first take because we play so well off of each other. And when you've been around someone 20 plus years and you're performing with them on stage, you pick up on a few things, And Courtney was banking on that chemistry between us that we already had. And I think it worked well. The people who watch are going to be pleasantly surprised. Well, not surprised, but pleasantly, they're going to love it.
And we know Davis has been working hard to get Theo out of jail. So what lengths will he go to get him out?
There's only one way he can do that. He has to do it the legal way. He has to do it the honest way. I just can't give away too much of what's going on, but Davis has to go through he has to compromise in a sense, to not just to make sure no one finds out what the bigger plan is, but to also assure his brother that he's doing everything in his power to do right by him.
And we've also been introduced to a new character, Mecca, played by Daniel Sunjata. How will he...
We were so happy to have Daniel, man. You know, he's such a great addition to the cast. I didn't get any scenes with him, but from the table reads alone, you know, he's very intense. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that's great. How will he shape things up in Ghost?
Well, it's going to be a pivotal moment in season 2 that his character is going to play a major part in. And I think the people are going to enjoy seeing it played out. And they're going to love his character, period. They're going to love his character.
He's one dangerous guy.
Yes. Yes. It's all in the eyes, right? He got those eyes and shit like.
It's scary. And he looks like he beefed up for the role. So did you guys go hit the gym together or anything?
Well, I don't think any of us go to the gym together. They probably do. Some of those guys do work out together. Like Gianni Paolo, he plays Braden. The guy's cut. The guy is, you know what I mean? He does MMA fighting, mixed martial arts. Tariq, you see Michael getting his Dean on. It's like he ready for shirt off scenes, you know what I'm saying? For me, this was going on way ahead of time before I even got on Power. Hopefully I motivate some of the other cast members to get their butts in the gym and get some work done. But Power has always, hopefully, in my opinion, prided themselves on the eye candy part of it, you know? And I mean, look who we got on the show. Myself, Lorenz Tate, we got Daniel now, you know, some of the newer players who came in, like the teacher Jabari Reynolds, Daniel who plays Zeke. You know, it's like, yeah, you know, if you're looking for some eye candy, you gotta go far.
Davis kind of looks at Tariq as a walking bank. And so if the cops start to look at Tariq for Jabari's murder, will Davis and Cooper protect Tariq?
Well, you know, lawyers, they look for their opportunities where they can find them. And Davis, he banks on the fact that Tariq is going to be Tariq, and it's just a moment of time. So yeah. He's going to get me closer to my goal. I mean, he brought me one of the biggest cases of my career that I won. And now Davis, when you see him in season 2, he's riding that high. It's a whole different energy for Davis now. It's like, look, if I ain't got a seat at the table already, I deserve one.
Davis and Carrie clearly have some history. Will he help her get out of her situation that she's currently in?
Depending on what kind of history they have, not sure. You would have to tune in order to find out.
So having starred in shows like Rescue Me, Grey's Anatomy and Manifest, to name a few, what was it that appealed to you to join Ghost season 2?
The main attraction was the fact that I was a huge Power fan before becoming a fan of Ghost. I watched every episode of every season of Power. So I always would watch the show and be like, man, I wish I could be on a show like that. So that was the main thing. And then when I got over that and kind of calmed down and just said, okay, let's be grown up and professional about this, it was the character of Mecca. It was the opportunity to play a character that is so unlike anything I've ever played before in my career. And I have to directly thank Courtney Kemp for that. She just called and basically just offered me the role. So, I mean, like, I could not believe it. I was like, wow, just fell right out of heaven, right into my lap. So that was those were the things.
He is quite different to the roles you've played in the past.
Totally different.
He's pretty intimidating and just dangerous. So what did you do to prepare for your role as Mecca?
I got most of my preparation from the scripts themselves. A lot of it was just really on the page. And then there was also a document. It's a top secret document, that Courtney shared with me, which kind of outlined some backstory, Mecca's backstory, and then took me through, as the actor, kind of guided me through the major signposts of what was going to happen throughout the course of the season with the character of Mecca. And that was all the preparation I really needed. You know, again, he's not only unlike any character I've ever played, but I'm also not, you know, I don't deal drugs, and you know what I mean? I usually have hair. So it kind of was all kind of right there for me. You know what I mean? Just something new to explore. And I was fully equipped to do so.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that top secret document.
Yeah.
So what can fans of Ghost expect from Mecca in season 2?
Well, the thing about Mecca is I think he's the kind of character that you don't really see coming. And I would say it's such a cliche, but he really is the quintessential character from whom you should expect the unexpected. He's very calculating. He is working an agenda at all times, and he is fully committed to his desired outcome. So he's an interesting character in that way.
When we first meet Mecca, Kane Tejada suspects him of being a narcotics detective.
Ooh.
And we quickly learn that Mecca's interests lie in the Tejada family business. So how will this play out moving forwards?
I wish I could tell you, but with that now you're leading me into deep water, dangerous water. I can't. I'm contractually obligated. I have to I don't know. You'd have to watch the show.
Okay.
But you're very observant. You're very observant.
Will we get an insight into how Mecca came up in the game at all?
Yes. For those who pay careful attention to the dialogue, there are some moments where you will absolutely. Not only the dialogue, but just the flow of the story. Actually, I'm forgetting some things that are coming to me now in terms of his relationships, his past light will be shed on his past relationships with people that are currently in the world of Ghost. That will definitely, it will cue the audience into how he became who he is, for sure.
Mecca has strong ties with Kane and perhaps Monet. So how will that shake things up for the Tejada family business?
I would say that as Mecca's relationship with Kane develops over the course of the season, it shakes up everything. It shakes up everything for the family, and I think it's the development of his relationship with Kane, I think, which is the most incendiary aspect of his storyline.
Let's just say his relationship develops with Monet. How would Lorenzo react to that?
Man, you'd have to ask him. Couldn't tell you.
Well, that would be difficult. He's locked up.
Exactly. Wink, wink. Yep, exactly.